You also had surgery. How'd
Yeah, I had surgery in Japan, so that was fun. That was fine.
Okay, you just said it so casually, but like, are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I just have to I can't like sit like so I used to sit like lazily. I think if I'd sit like that now, if I sit like that.
Wait, hold on. So what surgery did you get?
It was to remove a cyst.
Dummy thick.
Yeah, I had a butt reduction. Technically, I guess that's.
You had a butt reduction.
I guess it was like 1% removed.
No more BBL Connor. No.
I think too dummy thick, and he needed some reduction.
Damn.
You can get this thing from basically sitting too much. Like a cyst.
You got butt cancer?
Yeah, basically, I got butt cancer.
You got the gamer butt?
I got gamer butt.
You got gamer butt?
It happened the first time, actually, in the episode.
I'm laughing about this, but there's no laughing matter.
Oh no, it's fine.
Yeah.
I remember I talked about on Trash Taste where I can't remember which episode it was. I talked about going to the doctor for like a butt pimple.
Yeah.
And at the time I thought it was just a pimple, and this guy gave me meds, and it went away for like a week. And then after that, I was like, it keeps going and coming back in the exact same spot, like this, like a pimple.
Right.
And then I was like, all right, I'll go check it out. And then they were like, yeah, just take some drugs. So I took the drugs, the antibiotics, and then it would just
the answer to any problem in life, just take drugs.
And then nothing happened. And I was like, hey doc, can you help me out? And this is like, this is like 4 times going to the fucking dermatologist.
Yeah.
It was so long, dude. And then you get like a referral letter. And then they're like, yeah, okay, we think it might be something more serious. And I was like, oh shit, okay, damn, that's crazy. No, for real?
So, so what, you just got it from sitting too much? Like, what,
yeah,
how did you get
apparently it's a thing that you can get in a lot of sedentary jobs.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know how to pronounce it. Pinodial or something, cyst or something. I don't know how to.
Right.
So I first noticed it after I did my cycling. That's when I first noticed it. So I think it was a combination of like sitting all the time and then sitting on a very uncomfortable chair for the first time.
That's why your ass didn't hurt like hell when you were cycling all the way.
Well, no, so...
Fuck, I can't pronounce that. Pilonidal?
Pilonidal?
Yeah,
I completely pronounced it wrong. I don't know how to fucking pronounce it.
I don't know.
Yeah, so apparently it's something to do with like your hairs when they can like puncture the skin.
Oh, right.
Oh, so it's like an ingrown hair almost.
I think so. I honestly, I didn't fully understand it. Because I was just getting shuffled around.
Right.
And then also... Obviously, my Japanese is okay, but not good enough to know medical terminology in Japanese.
Yeah, it's hard.
And even in English, I don't. Fucking. They told me this.
The fuck's a pilonidal?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like it's like I spoke about this on live stream, and I got a comment that's like, "How do you not know the shit in Japanese?" It's like, bro, I don't know the shit in English. Like, what do you think?
This is my first time hearing about this.
This is like hearing like law terminology in English.
Yeah.
Like, this is so like.
It's like the fuck's a plaintiff?
I'm being sued? What is that? So, yeah, they were like, oh, yeah, we think that you might got something. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then just had to do a bunch of tests, endless referrals.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my God. I remember it being like this in the UK, but in Japan, it's like, it was like a JRPG fetch quest. Every time they thought I had something, they were like, you gotta go talk to this person.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, take this letter. But then I would have to come back to the hospital to get the letter to take to the other hospital.
Yeah.
So it's like, I would go for a visit and they're like, we'll tell you to go to here. Just come back another day for the letter. So what?
Yeah.
You got to make me come all the way back here again?
Yeah.
So it was just a really long process, but eventually they were like, yeah, we'll cut it out. And I was like, oh, okay, shit. And I was like, oh fuck, I've never had surgery before. That's kind of scary.
Right.
So I had to go and do that. And that was interesting because there's a lot of stuff leading up to it because obviously my blood condition as well.
Yeah.
And so I had to find a hospital that could accommodate my inbreeding disease of hemophilia. Kitsuyubyo. Which, fun fact, extremely rare in Japan. It's very rare in Europe compared to other diseases, but like even more so in Japan.
Right.
It's more of like a European disease. So they also that was also strange because like there were a lot of blood clinics that didn't have like experience with it. So I had to go to a specific one. And the first time I went to a doctor and I was like, hey, would love to kind of get all my information updated in Japanese, redo the test, just make sure everything's the same. The doctor in the UK told me to take this drug. Can you make sure it's the same? And then they were like, the first guy I went to, he was like, no, you're wasting my time. Leave. I was like, what?
Damn.
Yeah, he was like, leave. He was a total dick.
All right.
Like so rude. Like immediately when I was explaining like what I was coming for, I could see his face go from like listening to like visibly annoyed. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, so you have hemophilia, right? I was like, yeah. And he's like, so you know you have it? I was like, yeah. He's like, what do you want me to do? I was like, well, there's no fucking cure for it. Why do you think I'm here? What do you think I'm here for? Like, I want to get all this shit in Japanese so I can like get it all like, you know, if I have an accident in Japan, like I can get it all done. And I'm, you know, I'm hopefully having surgery. And so and I was like, what a dick, dude.
Yeah. What?
And so then I rebooked it, the same hospital, just with a different doctor.
Yeah.
They were great. They were like, oh yeah, totally fine. Yeah, let's. And then they went through it all, did some tests, and then they were like, oh, yeah, we can't do that at this hospital. We don't have like the facilities for it. I was like, what?
You don't have a translator?
No, for like, I guess like the medicinal stuff. That
I see.
Mm-hmm. So they were like, if you want to do surgery, you'd have to go to this other hospital. And I was like, oh my God. This is like, this is literally taken like 6 months of like bouncing around referrals, like crazy amounts of just endless like JRPG fetch quests.
Yeah.
And so finally they got to the last hospital. They were like, yeah, we can do everything. So basically I had to do all that just to get this one drug before the surgery.
Right.
Where they like inject me with something where my blood will basically just clot. Okay. And so then I could go in the surgery, which is like the most easy surgery of all time. All they do is cut your butt open.
Yeah.
Fucking
snip it out.
It's super quick. Right. Like it's a very easy surgery.
Yeah.
At least on the scale where I was doing it. They did tell me, they were like, yeah, you could do like a giga surgery where we like remove everything just to be safe, or we can just
remove your whole ass.
Well, they were like you'd have to get like a skin graft.
Oh shit.
Oh my God.
And I was like, not really fond of that idea. And then they were like, you have to stay in hospital for a couple of days.
Right.
And I was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
They were like, or we can just remove like the area that it's affected.
Yeah.
And
see
like,
how it heals.
It might come back. It might not.
Right.
So how much did they take out?
Not much. Like a big tooth worth looking. Like, 'cause they showed me afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Because I asked, I was like, can I see it?
You take a picture?
I did not take a picture.
I kind of wanted to see it.
I want to see what.
It's kind of weird because imagine it's like a little white ball the size of like a adult tooth, and it was just covered in like blood strands. It was interesting, yeah. So, but I was I'm like a fucking pussy with this shit. I don't know if you guys. How are you guys with this stuff?
I'm all right, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm in this hospital, right, waiting, and they're telling me I need surgery, and obviously I'm like, oh fuck, I've never had surgery before. That's kind of. Have you guys had surgery before, by the way?
No.
Okay. So I was kind of terrified by the idea, but I was like, I think I can do it because I know they'll numb the area. I won't be put to sleep. That's not like a thing. I think they're very like. I think normally
they're very weird with anesthesia.
Yeah.
I think the impression I got from Japan, I don't know about the rest of the world because I've only experienced it in Japan. I got the impression that they would only do that in like a very extreme case.
Yeah,
is the vibe I was getting.
If you're just removing a cyst, I wouldn't think you need to be put under for sure.
Yeah, but I feel like from my experience and hearing Pete's experience and a couple of other people's experiences with surgery, it's like they very much try to limit like pain reduction and like to what is absolutely necessary.
But other than that, it's like we're doing it the natural way, baby.
Gammonstale or so they're telling me about it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And I was like, okay, I'm a little nervous, but I'll be all right. And then before I left the hospital, they were like, you have to watch this video. I was like, oh, okay. So they sent me down in this room.
Check out this cat.
They were like, this fucking meme is fire.
You see Mudang?
It's a fucking hippo in Thailand.
It's got nothing to do with the surgery. The doctor just wanted to share the memes. It's like, yo, check this out.
What do you think of my reels?
It's like, should I upload this?
What do you think this is fire? Who are you, YouTuber? And they give me this tablet, and they give me these like fucking giant, like ancient headphones.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to watch this. Just it's like a disclaimer. I was like, oh shit, okay. So I press play, and it's Japanese, so there's a bunch of like fun little cartoon anime graphics to go along with like
little
fucking death.
Yeah,
you could die, and there's like a little character going. You're like, what the fuck? And then and I have to pause it because it's like literally a wall of text, and so I have to pause every slide and get the Google Translate thing out because I'm like, I can't read this shit.
Yeah.
And so I'm reading it, and then there's this one thing where they're talking about. So apparently, and this is I think the most common thing that can go wrong with surgeries is the anesthesia. That's like because people can have allergic reactions to it and stuff. And in this thing, it kind of like. I don't know why. It explained it in a way that sounded really horrific, where it was like, you may have adverse side effects when injected with anesthesia. You could go into like shock and die. And I was like, oh, love that for me. And that sort of like made me freak the fuck out. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, you're going to inject me with shit and then that shit could kill me? What the fuck?
Yeah.
And so I went to the doctor. I was like, hey, I'm
you know what? I'll keep the bot cancelled.
I was like, well, they told me, they were like, yeah, you can just live with it if you wanted to. I was like, I should probably just remove it.
Yeah.
But I was like this close to being like, you know what? Fuck it. Nah, I'm good. Because she was terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I think I'm going to freak out. Could you give me some like drugs or some shit to like stop me from freaking out during the surgery? And they were like,
rips a bong out. Take a hit of this, baby. You'll be all right.
I was like, give me something to calm me down. And then they were like, best we can do is give you some like drowsy meds.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, I'll take it. Because I just wanted the placebo.
Yeah,
I was like, I just need something to be like.
Something to calm you down.
Yeah. And then they were like, they were like, okay. And they were like, yeah, if you want to watch like YouTube videos or some shit, like you can bring your headphones in. I was like, okay, yeah, actually that'd be great. So when I went, it was like just so much waiting around. I had to get like a bunch of IVs and stuff, and that was horrible. They kept missing my vein, and then I could feel them wiggling it around, looking for a vein, and that was horrible.
Yeah.
But the old woman who was doing it was so upbeat, so I was like, I can't freak out.
Yeah.
I was freaking out internally. I was like, find a vein, get the vein already. Why do I feel this fucking pain? And so then I went to the surgery, and then they hook you up with all this shit. Then you can hear your heart rate beeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that sound is always like nerve-wracking, isn't it?
that made me more nervous that I could hear my heart rate.
Yeah.
Because then I could hear myself freaking out.
Yeah.
When they would tell me like, all right, we're gonna give you the anesthesia now, and then I could hear the thing go from beep. And I was like, yo, I'm not that nervous. That's unfair. That's like reporting me. What the heck, man?
The heart rate monitor's like
calling me
gaslighting
out.
you, being like, oh, you're a pussy now? All right.
I'm not that nervous. And I thought, I was like, all right, okay, this needle, it'll feel like any other needle when they inject it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they put like the numbing stuff in your, like where they're operating.
Yeah.
And I thought like, I just feel like a normal needle. Bro, that shit was like putting like a fire sword in my ass.
Damn.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was like such intense pain.
Yeah.
And then they were like, all right, we're going to do the next dose. I was like, oh shit. Okay. I was like, well, at least, you just injected me, so it'll feel better. Nope. Hurt just as much.
Yeah. Doesn't kick in immediately.
No. And I was like, fuck. So that was fun.
Were you watching YouTube videos during that time?
I was watching The Penguin.
Oh,
The HBO series. It was good.
I thought you'd be watching something calming.
Yeah.
Nah, I was watching The
Just
Penguin.
this mental image I have of you, like just Connor lying
Bare
down at
ass.
the doctor's table,
Bare ass.
just watching the penguin just getting ass blasted by needles.
Yeah, basically. That's basically how I went. It was a
That's
great.
so funny.
Oh my god.
I had to rewatch the part of that episode though, because I was getting distracted. Obviously,
Yeah.
I was like, I was locked in. I was trying to like,
Yeah.
I was like trying to focus, but it was a helpful distraction because they were telling me everything they were doing, and I was like, oh my god, stop telling me what you're doing. Just fucking.
So
do it.
how long did the surgery go for?
It was like an hour. It was like super
not
short.
bad.
That's not bad.
It was super short. I think like the stitching took the longest. But that was funny because you could feel them. Like, I could feel them doing everything.
Right.
So it was numb, so I didn't feel any pain.
Yeah.
But like I could feel them
You
cutting.
can feel the sensation.
Yeah, like it felt like cutting, but it felt like, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I imagine maybe that's how like an orange feels when you peel it. It's got no feelings. You know what I mean? I wouldn't know. I've never peeled an orange.
I just.
It was interesting. I mean, it
You
was.
really made me think with that one.
Yeah. I was like, that's a weird analogy, but okay.
I get what he's saying. I get what he's
Honestly, I think talking to Pete about his surgery experience scared me more than anything about like surgery in Japan.
Yeah.
Because his sounded like barbaric. Because they made him like get a catheter with like no painkillers.
Yeah.
I was like, that's insane.
Oh shit.
The thing in your pee-pee.
Yeah.
To
Oh
make you
my
pee.
God.
No painkillers.
You went through the Pain Olympics.
Yeah,
No,
dude.
no anesthesia.
Damn.
I was like, I'm gonna ask for all the drugs.
Yeah. Every drug.
Yeah. Give
Yeah,
me all
just
the
give me
painkillers.
everything you've got,
Yeah.
dog. Like,
Get the good shit on the top
Does your
shelf.
ass still hurt?
it hurts if I sit on it in that position, but I can sit down. I just have to like put the pressure.
Which cheek is it?
Oh no, she's in the middle.
Oh, it's right in the middle.
It's not like in my crack. Just so you know.
I thought it was like
where your crack ends.
Yeah.
oh, okay. I thought it was like right in the middle of a cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because I think as well, because my ass is big, when I would sit certain ways,
Yeah.
kind of like, you know how like the like sometimes your butt like can like kind of like
Shelf.
It can like shelf, right?
Yeah.
And I think like I put too much pressure in like one exact spot on my ass when I would sit like that.
All right.
Which was made worse by my dummy thick ass. So yeah, well, so be careful how you sit, guys, at home, especially if you work in an office job.
Especially if you have a BBL.
Yeah,
Especially if you're a streamer who streams like 10 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm gonna have to stand occasionally more while streaming.
I think so too.
If I do like 12
Make
hours
use of those standing desks.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. So then when I like came out of it. Oh, by the way, the drowsy meds they gave to me, like they didn't do fucking shit.
Nah.
They didn't do nothing to me. I think they gave me a Japanese dose.
Yeah, they probably just gave you melatonin or some shit.
But melatonin
would knock me out, I think.
Yeah, melatonin would knock you out, yeah.
Well, on the car ride back, I was very, very like drowsy.
Right.
Like I was like falling asleep in the cab. So it worked then.
So it just kicks in.
But then I got home and I was like totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, shit, what do I do? I can't sit down.
Yeah.
And lying down, I have to lie on my front.
Right.
So I was like, what do I fucking do? So I just like went to my PC and like
Just
put
stood there.
put it on standing mode.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got nothing else to do. So I was just playing League of Legends like an hour after my surgery. So I was like, I don't know what else to do.
go back into League.
Yeah, because I was playing League. Because
He can cut the gamer cancer out, but he can't cut the gamer out.
So I got rid of one cancer.
Found the real gamer cancer.
I got rid of one cancer and I injected
I gotta
another.
top it up, baby.